Alright, hello ladies. So I'm sure you've been hearing a lot of things about water. So here to give you some more. We're talking about water, and as you all probably know, we don't really have much of a problem with access to clean water here. Like, it comes to our houses, a lot of open stores, you know, we have water fountains, a bunch of different things. But actually, worldwide, there are 2 to 3 billion people that don't have access to clean drinking water. And so, obviously, that has a big impact on refugee camps because they're one of the most hip populations, small areas, don't really have a lot of supplies.
Don't walk around my camp without letting me know.
So what ends up happening a lot of times is lack of water, both causes health issues and also sanitation issues. And so it leads to a lot of deaths from diseases that we don't really hear about in our country anymore. So malaria, cholera, which malaria, you have to get a shot before you go to Africa or something, and it's something that we don't deal with here anymore. But 1.3 million people die each year from malaria, and 90% of that is kids under 5. So what ends up happening with these lacks of resources of water is that it ends up affecting the kids a lot because they're the ones whose bodies are developing and needed to become strong. A big issue is the transportation of water. So if you all want to pick these up and imagine it's filled with water and how heavy it would be. So a lot of times students have to, you want to feel it? Yeah. Students who are in school or should be in school are asked to leave school to go fetch water for the family. And oftentimes it's passed on to the girls, so it creates a lot of gender inequality because they're not getting any schooling. They're out trying to get their family's water. And a lot of times while they're out, it's long journeys. They're already malnourished and doing things. And when they're out there, sometimes they get raped, sometimes they get attacked, and different things happen. It causes a lot of source just to try and get their family's water. Sometimes companies come in and they drain the water resources and then try to sell it back to communities, and then when it should have already been there. So there's a lot of dire situations going on that affect the kids and women mostly. But there are some good things going on. There's new technologies that aren't that expensive that people are bringing into communities that can help clean water. The UN and the US just declared water as a universal human right, and so they put a lot of effort into water and sanitation priority in terms of financial aid to reach. And there's people that are learning about it, like all of us, and going out and doing things about it. And just one thing you can think about is, I don't think I mentioned this, but in America we tend to use 100 gallons per person per day on average of water, which is a lot. And when you think about it, that water, we're all competing globally for that same resource, and it's causing a lot of friction. So, especially if it's the refugee camps hard to visit. Yes.
How much water does a refugee get on average per day?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can look it up. I think it's 20 liters per day.
Poster. 1, 2.
20 liters. Yeah.
Which is
what?
Yeah,
it's maybe a bottle. Probably not even that much.
Like a couple gallons.
Yeah, that's for washing.
Yeah, but that's everything.
Cooking and all of these other things. So it is such a precious resource in the refugee camp situation.
Yeah, there's already competing, people competing for those water resources outside of the refugee camps. When you pack that many people together, they're supposed to have a small allocation that can just compound, and not good. Not that much access to a lot of things.